What's up, Louis? It's Guys here. Hope you're doing great. The biggest mistake that so many people make is thinking that you can save yourself rich. The harsh reality is that saving alone won't help you reach your financial goals. We all want to get to a point in our lives where we make enough money so that we don't have to work 8 to 5 day in and day out. To achieve this goal at the end of the day, we need to invest our money so that our money works harder for us instead of just leaving it in a normal savings account. We were taught in school that you should save your money because that's the best way to create wealth. That is complete nonsense, and at the end of the day, saving alone is just not enough. In this video, I'm going to show you guys whether investing in the stock market is really as profitable as everyone says. We'll compare some returns from a traditional savings account with investing in the stock market. With that said, I'm very excited to share that Brokestock has launched a new giveaway for the month of June. Everyone can participate in this giveaway and receive a free Vodacom share. But there's a special offer when you use my referral link. If you haven't used my link to register for the app before, you can sign up and get an additional Satrix S&P 500 ETF as well as a free Vodacom share. The only requirement is to deposit a minimum of 5,000 Rand and invest that 5,000 Rand before the end of June. Again, you will exclusively receive a Satrix S&P 500 ETF above the Vodacom share if you use my referral link, and I'll link it down in the description, so make sure you join the giveaway. With that said, let's say we have 10,000 Rand to invest or save, and I feel it's a realistic amount and of course a really good amount to start with, no matter what your age. Before I show you the returns we can receive in the stock market, let's quickly compare the returns we can receive from traditional savings accounts. If we have a quick look at some of the big names like Standard Bank, FNB, Absa or Nedbank, we can see that majority of these savings accounts has the same type of returns. And Nedbank, for example, has a savings account with 0 monthly fees with an opening deposit of 500 Rand, which yields an interest rate of between 7.05 and 8.75% depending on the amount you save. Standard Bank, for example, has a pure save account that you can access anytime. It has 0 monthly fees and there's no specific opening deposit, which yields around 5.8%. Absa has a similar account that yields around 7.1%. FNB has a savings account with no minimum amount, which is probably the highest effective rate of 7.28%. So it's safe to say that the average return on a traditional savings account with around 10,000 Rand to save can yield an interest rate of 7%. We'll use 7% flat rate just to simplify the video. So if we decide to save 10,000 Rand of our own hard-earned money in any of these accounts, we can expect around a 7% return on investment. On 10,000 Rand, that is around 700 Rand per year or about 59 Rand per month. That doesn't sound too bad because still it's money that you don't really have to work for, so let's call it passive income. A rule that I love to use is called the 72 rule. This is a rule that can help us determine how long it will take us to double our money. So to use the 72 rule, we simply divide 72 with the annual return we receive, and that will show us how many years it will take to double our money. So if we want to turn 10,000 Rand into 20,000 Rand, we can use the 72 rule as a quick estimate to see how long it will take us to go from 10k to 20k. So if we divide 72 with our return of 7% per year, that gives us 10.28, which means it will take around 10 years for us to double our money from 10,000 Rand to 20,000 Rand. I'm not sure about you, but that's way too long in my opinion to turn 10,000 Rand into 20,000 Rand. Whatever the amount is, 10 years is a very long time. Something that I wanted to add on is that a savings account also has many benefits, and probably the most important one is that it is completely safe. A savings account has no risk, so you will always have your initial amount protected no matter what happens. Another added benefit is that it's much easier to just save your money. You can open an account, transfer the money to that account, and boom, you will receive interest. But that is as good as it gets. Just remember, a savings account is really important, but for wealth creation, it's not the best vehicle. So let's jump to the juicy stuff. Again, I'm going to open Broke Stock on my phone, and I'm going to show you the first investment option that most people will consider when they start investing. If I open the app, I'm going to click on the search bar, scroll to the ETFs tab, and just have a look at the different options. The one we want to invest in is called the STX 500. The Satrix S&P 500 is simply a fund that tracks the index of the S&P 500, which basically consists of the 500 largest companies in the United States. So effectively, you are investing in America. This is a ETF that I recommend for many beginner investors, and this is a fund that I invest in myself. If we have a look at some of the key information, we can see historical returns over the last 12 months on the Satrix S&P 500 has been 24.17%. This is a really impressive return, and we can also have a look at the recommended horizon for this investment, which is 3 years. So the ideal time to invest in this fund is a minimum of 3 years to just mitigate your risk. It has a risk level of medium, which is really not too bad if you consider the return that you can receive. And again, one share is worth 104 Rand and 36 cents. And just to put it out there again, if you invest 5,000 Rand in Broke Stock, you can get one of these shares completely for free if you use my referral link. Let's quickly have a look at the 72 rule again, using the information from the Satrix S&P 500. If we take 72 and divide it with the return of 24.17, that gives us 2.97. That means if you invested 10,000 Rand in the Satrix S&P 500, it will take you just 3 years to turn your money from 10,000 Rand to 20,000 Rand. That's basically 3 times quicker than if you saved your money in a traditional savings account. I don't know about you, but that sounds much more impressive. This obviously has different risk compared to a savings account, but with risk, there's great reward. Then I want to take it one step further and show you a different option to invest in, and this is going to be an individual stock or a company that you might be familiar with. You probably know the company, and it's called Amazon, and I'm going to show you the return that people received when they invested in Amazon. The risk involved in investing in an individual share is much higher, so you need to educate yourself on this matter and be aware of the risks and rewards. If I scroll down and I have a look at the yearly chart, we can see here in the green that the change over the last year has been 46.15%. That means if you invested a year ago, you would receive a 46.15% return on investment. That is almost double that you received in the Satrix S&P 500. Let's use the 72 rule again and divide 72 with 46.16. That gives us 1.55. That simply means that it would take you 1.5 years to turn 10,000 Rand into 20,000 Rand. That's twice as quick as investing in the Satrix S&P 500, and I have to be honest that this is a really good return. Imagine you can invest your money and double it every year and a half. I just wanted to mention that it's not always realistic to receive these type of returns, and it definitely definitely takes some skills to identify potential stocks that can give you such a good return. So it's really important that you start educating yourself on investing and make sure that you understand how it works. I have many free videos on my channel that explains the basics up until the more advanced stuff about investing, so feel free to check that out. And if you like these type of videos, please feel free to leave a like, share your thoughts in the comment section below, because it really helps out the algorithm to show this video to more people that is trying to improve their financial position. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.